Welcome back everyone. I'm greeting everyone for the next race of the DTM Championship here at Montreal. My personal favorite track, so I'm looking forward to commentate that. I'm looking forward to the race as well. Most importantly, let's just starting with now. Felix Zonta took the pole position for a pretty great surprise. Nobody really expected him to take that, but he did, and we will see if he can achieve some great results. Yes, at the second place, we can see Fernando Firo, who I didn't really expect either. At the third place, Daniel Kupok. The fourth, Balin Solga. Fifth, Sally Perez. Sixth, Victory Bobo. Seventh, Annie Parachi. Eighth, Andy Higgs. Lorenzo Tomasel ninth, and Jorge Carinti is closing the top 10. Jack Boyman coming at 11, Joel Hatter 12th, Adam Wolf 30th, Thomas Bennett 40th, Chuck McCarthy 15th, Michael Mocho 16th, Ben Waldinger 17th, Daniel Adventure 18th, Zachary Fitzwater 19th, Ron Motian 20th, and Rance Jans and Eden Zerman is closing the starting grid. And as we can see, there will be no rain, so my expectations and my hopes, my dreams didn't come true because I wanted to say a chaotic race with some rain here at Montreal. But who knows? We might see some good races aside that. In this broadcast as well, you guys can ask me anything. I try to answer. We will talk about many things because we have lots of topics for this one. And let's see if our overtaking master, Lorenzo Tomaselli, will do some great overtakes or not. Maybe Felix Zontag gonna be the 8th winner of the season because in the previous 8 races, 7 different guys won in this championship. Sorry, I always forget to speak for some reason. And reacting for the first question, Gasly or Ocon? Well, at the moment I'm seeing more chance for Ocon instead of Gasly. He's getting a lot of from Verstappen. But let's concentrate on the race now and let's concentrate on Felix Zontag, who might be the 8th winner of this season and he might score his first win in this season in the DTM. Sounds like the 2012 Formula One season. From the start finish line to the first corner, there is nearly no distance, and there we go. Felix Zontag takes a pretty okay start. He's seeming like holding the first place, but Kupok already attacked him and Soga came up to the third place. Seems like the whole field is going without any damage. Motian is going back to the last place. He couldn't get a good start. So let's see. Zontag, Kupok, Solga. Uh, Behind them, Firo, Ibobo, Perez. Firo lost actually 2 places at the start. It didn't really come out well for him. And as usual, we can say as usual, we fortunately didn't see any crash in the midfield or at the end. Judging by the fuel loads, as usual, some of the people trying the one stop, some of the others are two stop. At the Nürburgring, two stop were pretty much, I assume in Canada, the two stop also will work in the same way. While Zontag is in the back straight. This is the longest straight of the track, and here we can see lots of overtakes in the future because the cars can go with a pretty high top speed. I'm not sure how fast these cars can go, but I am sure they will reach the 330-340 km per hour. As we are reaching the chicane, and there is another overtake. Tomaselli was the one who overtook or got overtook again. And here we can see some tryings as well. Zontag is definitely going for the one stop. So if he can have the pace, if he can get away from his rivals, mainly from Kupok and Solga, he might win this race. There is a yellow flag. Joel Hutter is spun and there are so many contacts as the guys are trying to push him away from the road. Hutter is spun again. He's not having a good race once again, like at the Nürburgring. So what happened? Going from the outside, now being at the inside, and basically just oh my god, oh, he was flying in the air for a second, and it was Jorge Carinti. So basically he was slipping against of Carinti, who took her from the ground, but fortunately there is no damage. He tried out how it feels to be like Superman and flew away from the track. And that was Hutter's fault. And there is a little traffic jam in the background, which is caused by the stopping cars. So yeah, Hutter just slipped against Carinti, and that caused the incident. This is a 8 out of 10 type of flying, which I really appreciate. And oh my god, I don't find the words. I can't find the words for these. One thing is sure, there is a huge gap between the 11th and the 30th place. There's a contact. Mochan is clipping Adventure, and Mochan is spinning around. This is not what he needs if we are looking at the championship. Mochan is the fourth. The second, the third, and the fourth place is covered by the Hungarians. The Hungarian power is there once again. Mochan was not really looking well at the breaking point and hit Adventure. These cars are pretty robust, these cars are pretty strong. These little contacts are not damaging them, these are not Formula 1 or GP2 cars, so they are not breaking so easily. I wonder if Motjan might have any chance for the points, because so far, for him, I don't see any chance. But we will see. While Sontag is setting the fastest lap, which is interesting because usually one-stoppers are not that quick, so he's surprising us. As we could see the weather report, we won't have any rains, we won't have any chance for that, unfortunately. Waldinger making a mistake, trying to overtake Bennett, but then he might shift back too much gears, which made the back of the car move a little. The exit of the pit lane will be a crucial point of the race, since there might cars collide against each other. It's enough if you look at the Formula 1 race or the top tier. It's never mind how we say. There was myself and I don't quite remember, maybe Rick Yan, who collided. So these collides might happen here in the DTM2. Depends on the luck, because two cars needing next to each other, and if they enter the corner at the same time, then the problem is already there. Sontag is setting another fastest lap, which is quite surprising. He really has the pace, and he's having the pace at the moment. While nothing is happening, let's. I want to talk about today's qualifying, the real life Formula 1, which Valtteri Bottas won. I was pretty happy for that, only because finally not Hamilton winning everything and someone else can take the pole position. Likewise, Leclerc took back at Austria, and now Bottas can get the other one. I'm looking forward to the race. Hopefully it won't be boring, and hopefully there will be a different winner now. If you guys ask me, I am rooting for Charles or the Red Bulls. It would be nice to see a Ferrari winning. After all, that's the only team from the... Oh, there's an overtake while I'm talking about that. Or just a trying. Karin tried it, but it didn't work out. So the Ferrari is the only top team which couldn't win any races in that 2019 season. Which is a shame, I say. Which is a shame, because comparing to 2018, they could win a lot of races, even if you know what happened. Felix Zontag set another fastest lap. It's 3 in a row. Seems like he could set the car up pretty well for this track, or maybe he's lacking the track as well, likewise me. He's building up a kind of big gap. And even if it's only the 5th lap out of the 52, I can say his pace is pretty impressive compared to the others. Kupok can't hold the pace with him, but Kupok is also getting a bit faster than Solga, even if Solga is still behind them, and there is a little train cars separated nearly equally compared to each other. You have 21st laps of fuel, which makes me assume a one stop for you, Carinti. Actually, I know the fuel loads once I am seeing the fuel loads, so I just open my eyes and see. But I assume a one stop for Jorge, and depends on the team. We seen one stoppers switched into two stops. So like someone went to the 26 laps, then the team decided that two stop will be better. Then they didn't fill the car till the end, only for the certain amount of laps, or like 16, 17. This might happen now too. I'm curious if we'll see any change tactics like that. But so far this is only the sixth lap, and so far I'm a bit disappointed because this track, Canada, is a bit of chaos track like West Monaco. So I was hoping a little chaos at the beginning of the race. So far we don't get that. We might have a little chance for that if we are looking forward this race, if we wait a little bit. But for sure, I'm not rooting for anyone to get a DNF or crash the car. I want some overtakes. I want some pretty nice overtakes. But I'm not sure if Lorenzo can perform a three-way overtake in this track too. But we will see. Michael Mocho, who is slowly losing the championship if he continues racing like that. He's trying to attack one of his rivals, and Mocho is making a move or set a move, and as to Fitzwater, this didn't really work out. But now he has another chance, but the others are coming through. There is Rival because Sermon is already joining into the group. There is Siva, Mocho is in the inside, Sermon is in the outside. There is another guy joining in. There is contact, and Mocho is spinning out. And the guy, once again, who shouldn't have spin out, just did it. I'm not sure what really happened. I hope we can see a replay about that. Of course, we can see a replay about that. I'm just wondering what really happened because there was a grey car joining into the party as well, and that was Rancians, who is pretty back compared to last time he got the pole position. So someone is going for the outside, much is still in the inside, and Jans is making an amazing overtake, which I'm sarcastic pretty much because he was pushing Mocho out of the way. He didn't really make the corner otherwise. He even colliding with Fitzwater, then with Mocho. He's somehow holding the car, so that's some pretty great car control. But this was the most unfair overtake this race. Here we can see again, he tries to stop. Mocho maybe brakes a little too soon. Then Jans is holding the car somehow, but that wasn't. Yes, if I want to be a little evil, then I could say Jans did the Ibobo from 29. Because less, I'm pretty evil to say that. But yeah. Okay, fine, my car is triangle overtake. Okay, but I meant the 3-car overtake in a clean way. But yes, basically it was. And who else is spinning out than Michael Mocho, who actually would need some good results? And seems like since I'm commentating, he's getting all the bad luck. So Carrington is trying once more. Carrington is in the inside doing the overtake. That's quite easy. But Boyman is losing quite a lot of speed. And Fitzwater is attacking Jans now. Just taking back his position. And he's done it. It wasn't too difficult for him. Jans is trying from the outside again. And he's in a pretty good position to do that. Braking later, he's locking up once again, nearly going into Fitzwater. Okay, that started to be a little too much. He don't want to lose the positions, but so far he avoided the contact. And the last time race winner, Adam Wolf, is attacking Boyman for the 12th place. From the inside, this is not the kind of corner he should overtake in, and he can't manage to overtake. He should wait for the back straight, which will give him a way better position to overtake. Okay, just where are they? Okay, Sirman. Sirman is forcing his way through Jans. Okay, that was a good one. He was forcing his inside line through Jans. And okay, there is Adam Wolf, who will most likely overtake Boyman. Yes, he does. Wolf is the 12th. Only if Boyman is letting him. This position is... no. Boyman can't take back the position. This is a nice pass. Oh, Sarman! Don't tell me Jans was the other one who spun him out. Because Sarman and Jans were the two people who were battling. So Jans is coming. No, that was Sarman himself. And Jans was avoiding him pretty calmly, just pushed the brake and steered the car away from him. I thought they collided once again, but that was Sarman's fault. Just at the braking point, the back of the car just went away and they couldn't hold it. We are still thinking about those. We are still thinking about those sign-ups, which I mention in every broadcast. Which sign-ups are interesting because there are some drivers who makes a pretty good job, and there are some drivers who might lose their seat at the end of the season. There are two drivers actually on the field whose seat is pretty questionable. For me at least. So this is my own opinion. So Willows and Gal are two guys who should be a little afraid as for losing their seat. As I said, this is my opinion only. It might not have the fully truth about that, but both of them are doing a pretty weak season compared to their teammate. Well, yes, not only compared to the teammate, but compared to the whole season, it's not really working out. Of course, I could even mention Evan Byrne or even George Rogue, but if we consider the fact what kind of car they have, we are not really surprised because of their performance. With those cars, it's not really possible to have any good results. So I wouldn't say their seats are in danger, because who else could show something more? Aside David Greenwood had some pretty nice results in this season. We can think about if it's luck or if it's skill, but who's seen the race, they might have the answer for their questions about these. Suddenly I don't know the others. So J. Mackenzie and Villeneuve are nearly 100% they are staying at the Mercedes, considering that they doing a pretty good job with their team. And Franco Gamba, yes, he have to worry. So he's the guy who, I don't want to say that, but it's nearly 100% he will lose his seat. Because he's there for a while now and he's being really unlucky. He's not really showing anything which would make Toro Rosso holding him. His teammate Hunter is a bit he's doing a bit more better job than him. But we will see. We will see about that. I don't want to talk about the future in that way. I don't want to assume or going into assumption. But back to the race, we can see Waldinger, for example, who did a pretty nice race back at. Oh, and Waldinger is clipping Bennett. Once I start to say good things about him, he's making a mistake. So what happened? He's going in the outside and he can't stop. He is lucky, and also Bennett is lucky that they could hold the car. Yes, I started to say good things about Waldinger, that how greatly he finished at the Nürburgring, and he immediately makes a mistake. This is what we call jinx. So yes, I would like to, guys, if we would talk about those sign-offs more and more. So let's pin up the comment section and give me answers, give me topics. I'm curious because I want to say my opinion too, and I would like some civilized arguments about them. I want to see what the community thinks about these kind of driver swaps or driver negotiations. I will commentate if something is happening, but at the meantime, where there is no action, we could clearly talk about that because the second half of the season is already here. And since it's here, this is the most important. These are the most important race for the drivers and for the teams. While we can see Waldinger trying to set another move, he's going in the inside now, so he's not trying an outside line. And Waldinger making a clean overtake. But Bennett is sticking right him, sticking up to his back. And Bennett is taking from the inside, he's taking the inside now, and Bennett is taking back the position if Waldinger can't hold around the outside. And yes, Bennett is taking back. This was a really short amount of time, but Waldinger could spend at the 50th place. What do I think? Okay, this is a kind of long opinion of mine would be, so I have to open the Wikia site for the main tier for that. Okay, and now as I'm commentating the race, I can't really watch the comment section. So I think Florian Welk are gonna stay at his place because he's leading the championship with a Ferrari, which is close to a top car now. But looking at the fact, I think Welk are gonna stay. He has no reason to leave the team, and the team has no reason to get rid of him. There is Villeneuve at the second place. I think he will stay as well. He's he's making some great results. He's beating his championship teammate, champion teammate. Jay McKenzie, who just won the 2014 season. So their place is stable. Nor Neller, nor McKenzie, nor Work are gonna leave their current team for sure. Then there is Joseph Willows. He's a question mark for me. I'm not sure if the Ferrari gonna get rid of him, but he's not doing too well in this season. And if you look at the fact let's just say something. I don't want to say something without knowing it. Actually, he beat his teammate last season, so that might give him a boost. But he's not doing so well in this season. He's a question mark for me. It's more like a 50-50, so yes or no, we will see. Armarka is 15th in the championship with a car which is not sure if it's the third or the fourth power on the grid. Armarka might have a good chance for Red Bull. It's a question if the Red Bull is holding the current line or they are ready to get rid of someone. Robert Ionescu is also a question mark for me because I'm sure the Red Bull team gonna hold it. Are gonna hold him. He won 2 races or 3 races, I'm not really sure, in the 2014 season, and had some pretty great races this year, aside those 3 retirements. I think his place is stable also, but Solga is pitting and Solga is doing a 2-stop. Riccian is the second driver who is also wants to go for the Red Bull. His best position is third place twice. That's impressive with the Force India, which is not really a strong car compared to the Ferrari, Mercedes, or Ferrari, Mercedes, Williams. Oh, McCarthy is getting hauled up because both Mac and McCarthy also pitted, and they are on a 2-stop. Likewise, Andy Higgs, and Higgs is coming next to Fitzwater. No, that's not Fitzwater. That's Jans who have to pit, so he will disappear from him. Tomaselli is attacking Carinti now. Tomaselli wasn't in the pits yet. He's trying a 1-stop also, and Carinti is holding him up at the moment. We should slowly concentrate on that battle too, but there is Higgs and Jans. Jans have to pit now, so he will disappear. And there is yellow flag, and Carinti spun, and Carinti is making himself out of the race. And there is another crash, Boyman, and Boyman is also retiring from the session. Boyman couldn't avoid it, and Carinti just making a stupid mistake, just like Adam Wolf did back at the Red Bull ring. And while their car is getting removed, I am switching back for a bit to the chat. That was a bit cruel accident by Ibobo is on the pits. So we are saying goodbye for 2 drivers. Let's see what happened. So Carinti was trying to... Tomaselli actually overtook him, and he's clipping the back of Tomaselli. He couldn't stop. Tomaselli moved in front of him and he spun around. And Carinti spinning the car back and going into the wall just like Adam Wolf did at the Red Bull ring. And Boyman, he didn't have the grip to avoid him actually. And because of that, he's destroying his car. So he could see the car didn't stop, and he didn't have the time. He didn't have the grip. And Hutter was lucky this time. There is Sogas clipping Bennett slightly, and okay. So Mocho and Jans now are the pits, and they are getting a bit of gap compared to the others because of the pits. I am willing to continue my. Let's assume the future of the drivers thingy. Raman Kvag, Mochan is in the outside, Mochan is in the inside. Mochan once again going into his rival, and Sermon is avoiding him, Wolf is avoiding him, and everyone is avoiding him. That's good. Mochan is spinning the car back and doing the same what Carinti did. Seems like these spin arounds are not really the strong points of the drivers here. But with that, not scoring anything thingy, Mocha might lose the the 4th place in the championship, but we will see. His clipping adventure, he's doing the same mistake what he did some laps ago here at the same place. Why didn't he spin the car around to the right side? Why to the left? I just don't understand that, but I bet he had a good reason for that. So okay, Roman Kvag is the next. I'm not sure about Kvag because he's having a terrible season also compared to 2014. Waldinger is in action. Waldinger is overtaking. He wasn't in the pits, but he's getting 10th place. He seems to break a lot later. So Roman Kvag might stay at Williams. We will see. The Williams is not that strong. Well, okay, Kai is a 5th, so okay, we can see that. There is myself, the next, 9th place. I'm a big question mark as well. Looking at the fact I am unlucky as hell, likewise Franco G. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't even know the answer. Because I can say the reason why yes, and I can see a reason why no. I can see a reason why yes. Oh, wait. The second, third, and fourth place are in the pits. I will talk about myself later. So, Firo, Perez, and Cupok are in the pits. So, Cupok's car getting held, and in the background, this was a pretty fast stop. And actually, Firo is jumping Perez, likewise Cupok, who was in front of him anyways. And now the whole gaggle of cars are coming. And we should look at the pit straight and the pit. Cupok coming out with a problem, also Firo. There won't be any collidings compared to the Formula 1. They can take care of each other. And good, a little train is formed behind them. So far it's looking like that Cupok came back to the 5th place and his teammate is about to pit, while Joel Hutter is holding him up. Hutter actually overtook him, but Hutter wasn't in the pits. And now Cupok have to set a move with one of the straights if he wants some reason. Firo have to be a little more patient. He just came out from the pits, he don't want to get in trouble. Okay, here is Cupok, here is Bennett, and there is an attack from Waldinger. Waldinger tried to force himself in the inside line, but that won't work out. Likewise, Fitzwater on Perez. And this is the back straight now. The magic will happen here. Cupok is not so close to Hutter to set an overtake, but Firo is kind of close. Solga is also close. This is Waldinger, not Solga. Waldinger is setting a move with Solga is completely misjudging the braking point, and with that, being a magnet for the other cars, Ibob went near another 3 wide, and there is a driver who is making a double overtake. That was Fitzwater who overtook 2 cars at the same time, and this is the start, which is not really what we really want to see. And it was Fitzwater who set a beautiful move. He was thinking about what if outside? There is no place at outside because Perez moved to the outside, they moving to the inside. Perez was looking out, not colliding with them, and nearly overtaking Solga, but he couldn't make it, so he made the double overtake. Now Sermon and Bennett in the pits. They are going to stop one more time. They have one more scheduled pit stop. Give me a second, guys. I just can't pay attention that much for the chat when there is racing on the track. If the race is gonna calm down, I'm gonna talk about myself, then I'm gonna answer the questions because I started that topic already. Fitzwater, this is not the kind of track, and Fitzwater is getting spun around by Perez. Perez made such a stupid mistake, and now Fitzwater is getting pushed off the circuit. He just needs the time, and he will crash the car as well. No, he's stopping the car. He's not crashing into the wall like the others, but Fitzwater, I say Perez all the time. Jesus. So Fitzwater is clipping the wall now, reverse, yes. And now he can go. This is the way how Motyan and Carinti should have solved his problems, solve their problems. So Perez was the one actually who spun Fitzwater out, just going into him. And Fitzwater couldn't do anything to stop the car, but he could do everything to stop his rivals who came behind him. Fitzwater is spinning half in the car, then coming back, losing lots of positions. Oops, Adventure. Adventure will attack. I always forget the names. Who is in front of Adventure? Ibobo, yes, thank you. I will slowly remember these names, I just need a little time to learn them. Alright, finally, I can continue to talk about myself. I'm so selfish. Okay, so there is a reason why I say myself as stay in and why I say myself out. I say myself out because I'm only 9th with a Red Bull, which is a joke. Even if the engine is weak, even if the Force India, even if the Williams is in the straights are beating the car as they want because of the Mercedes engine. But that's not the point. I'm 9th, I have tons of bad luck, and even if it's bad luck, the team can't afford to get such a weak season. 2014 actually came out pretty well at the last races. And because of why I could stay, because look at Hungary. Like, the manor just, whoops, cornered into me, and I lost my front wing because of that by Waldinger's in the pits. Then the team made a very stupid call out of the pits where I had 10 liters of fuel. I could finish the race at this, but no, they called me out, and boom, 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 I lost start of positions. And I could talk about a lot, and why Wolf is attacking, so this is why I give myself 50-50, but you know, the others who are deciding about the sign-ups will see about that. David Greenwood had some pretty good results. So, for example, he got third place at Bahrain, second at Spain, and actually fourth at the Hungaroring. So he might have a good chance to get a contract, to get a seat at the top team. Yes, I was just checking the race again. Vedrina is not really having a good season compared to Rikien, but I'm not seeing him leaving his seat. Parik is in the pits from second place. And there are some drivers like Bartos Klos, Kiroshima Di Rossa, Etin Jones, George Roque, Mateusz Stervik, Olivier Gracebook, Evan Byrne. I can't even say anything about because their cars are not capable of anything at all. Roberto Gamba had a pretty nice qualifying results at Monaco, but aside that, he's near the last in the championship. So the cars are not capable of anything good. So they might have a chance for losing their seat because not showing anything, but they might even have the chance to hold their seat because with those cars, who else could show anything? For example, let's talk about Florian Berger. He's in the championship. Let's see him in a Zauber or for example, George Rowe's car. He couldn't do anything, even if he's a three-time champion. Maybe he's gonna be a four-time champion. In a weak car, you can't do anything, and you have to accept the fact that you can say the driver is not enough good. You can say that he's unlucky. You can say that he's not capable of being in Formula One. But if someone is unlucky, if someone does not have the car, they can't do anything about that, and you have to admit that. And why Hunter is coming into the pits. So they are huge question marks to me. There is Franco Lopez, who will most likely hold his seat. That McLaren Honda is not that weak actually. He's having some good races. The Haas Ferraris are catastrophic. You see, catastrophic, you know. Okay, that's such an original joke, I know. So, I don't know. Unfortunately, Gamba might lose his seat because his bad luck is going over and over while Hutter is overtaking Adventure. That was a pretty good outlap. And Wolf is trying to set a move in these little chicanes with not too much luck. But if we look at the newest videos on the GP4 OC, okay, Sontag is out in the pits and most likely he will get a one stop, but we will see. No! And this is what I was talking about. They are switching to two stops. This is what I was talking about. And this is what I mentioned, that they might try to switch to a two stop because they are not really sure about his pace. So they are sending him out with lesser fuel, with newer tires, and he might try to drive out another big gap. But if we are looking at his pace while he had lots of amount of fuel, then he won't have any problems with that. Daniel Adventure being completely outside of the points. Hunter also might hold his seat. And now, after I talked about everything, let's see the questions. Okay, I have to go up a lot. Okay, so let's see. I just told what do I think about the lineups, but Not sure. I'm not sure how. Oh, Waldinger again. Waldinger in the infamous corner, not working out. So I'm thinking about if Michael Mocho can still promote it to the Toro Rosso. Well, looking at his driving, I'm not sure. But he's still leading the championship, so we will see. If he's battling the championship away like that, then it's a big question mark by Hutter in a pretty sharp angle once again, and it was predictable that will happen, and they are crashing into each other, and another car is going, and there is a huge mayhem, and it's a car destroyed, and 3 or 4 drivers approximately are most likely out of this race. Currently stuck in the wall. There is Morhay and Sermon is most likely out of the race. Ibobo is out of the race. Sermon maybe not. Adventure is coming in the background. He should brake. Yes, he's braking. There is a car broke half. Adam Wolf with a damaged nose. Joa Hutter with a damaged nose. Joa Hutter is out of the race again. Sontag is coming. Hopefully there won't be any debris for him. I should see that once again. But Hutter's car is at a safe place. He was about to come to the pits. Maybe that caused some troubles. Okay, Zontag is surviving. Is Zontag gonna continue to lead the race? And the replay can come finally because and Zontag is setting another fastest lap. So what happened here? Let's see. So Hutter was going for the inside and Ibobo, and this is not a line where you could complete an overtake. Ibobo is going out and spinning around because of there was no grip. Hutter can't brake, can't stop the car, and he wants to go into the pits, but he's failing to do that. It was a stupid mistake from him. Ibobo's tires are getting broke out. Wolf is breaking out Ibobo's other tire, and Carinti is crashing into the bodywork of Adam Wolf. And Thomas Bennett was the luckiest all of them. Bennett came and oh, Waldinger! Waldinger just crashed Ibobo out from the race. And Bennett was the luckiest here, and Waldinger don't have any damage as I can see. Jans is also avoiding the debris, likewise Michael Mucho, who has gained lots of positions. Sermon is stucking behind that slow car, which is just slowly going away from the track. Hitting the tire without any problem. Adventure is also avoiding that. Yes, Adventure is avoiding that. McCarthy is coming. And McCarthy is overtaking the Adventure after all. It was a nice overtaking, or no? Or no? Yes, he did actually. He overtook him. Adam Wolf. What happened with Adam Wolf? Oh, yes. He just couldn't avoid them. He crashed him out, and Wolf tried to go into the pits, but he failed to do that. So he's losing a lot. He's reversing back to the track, and now he can continue. He's, well, suffering at Canada. Because that race will be a real suffer. Pushing away some bodyworks. Okay. Back to the chat and back to the sign-ups. And I hope nobody will go away after this race because the GP2 qualifying gonna start. But pay attention for the fact I don't really know who went for which car. Yes. For example, Felix Zontag has the first choice to the manure. Second, Zauber Sir McLaren for as a test driver. Good question. But as for the manure don't really have such a bright future as Wolf is trying to battle a little for no reason. So I'm not sure the manure has a pretty bright future. The car is not really good. They score Oh, McCarthy. McCarthy stuck in the pits for a little bit. While Wolf is getting a complete bodywork change. The team might quit from F1 after 2016, but we will see. Maybe they can stay. So if Zontag is coming for that one, then yes, you have to do a pretty impressive race to make sure that he's staying at the top tier. Waldinger at the Zauber. Waldinger had some pretty good races recently, and he have the potential. The Zauber might think about his offer. I don't see any reason at the Zauber why would even Burn or even Gamba sent away. Burn just came back to the top tier, so it wouldn't be such a nice step from the team to send him away. As for Roberto Gamba, Roberto is also just got promoted to the team. If I remember correctly, he was at Marussia before at 2014. I'm not sure about that, but it's 100% he wasn't at Sauber. So the Sauber has that new lineup. I'm not sure if Waldinger would go to Sauber, but yeah, this is my opinion only. Uh-huh. Yes, Rob, I think you are planning too much for your seat. But yes, I think that. Uh, GSG just asked, what do you think of my chances getting off a seat? I don't know who are you, so I would appreciate if you would write your full name down, because from that nickname I don't know what your name is. Uh-huh. I'm just looking at the comments. There are some chances to go to Formula E as well, but the Formula E is the lowest tier, if I remember correctly. Then the DTM, then the GP2, then the Formula One. If you miss out a seat on Formula One, then you might go to DTM, and if you are good at it, then you might go back to the top tier. So yes. If someone is getting out of DTM, they still might have the chance to go for Formula E, so we'll still have the chance to compete in the championship. But I don't know, like this is a rule that who already competed in the top tier, they can't go back to GP2. This is why Michael Mocho has a chance for the Zauber, or might have a chance, or not only for the Zauber, for any cars he picked. And this is why I don't think Waldinger have the chance for the Zauber, because he was never in GP2 as I can recall, but I will check that. Or you know what, just tell me if Waldinger was ever in GP2, because I don't remember. So I think he should go to GP2 first and then to Formula 1, because a new guy from DTM, even if he's having a race win, I don't think that would be logical. But we will see. Yes, this is his first season in DTM, so this is why I can't imagine him in Zauber, to be honest. Thank you for the information. And what about those GP2 drivers who are doing pretty well, but he's not really have they are not really have chance, for example, because let's see. Where is it? Okay, here, finally. Here is GP2. So, that is my question. What will happen with Snizana? I hope I pronounce her name correctly. Uh, what about Nicolas Zorbach? What about Tiravi? No, Terranon. Yes, I'm not sure about his name either if I pronounce it correctly. What about Makamo? Or what about Felix Krebs? They are the first half of the grid. And let's not forget, the GP2 is a bigger, it's in a bigger tier than DTM. So unless they didn't write anything as for their signups, um, I'm not sure. They might take away the chance from some DTM drivers. And if no Taran getting a seat at Formula One, where? He might get the chance at the Toro Rosso if Gamba doesn't make it, or he might have a chance for the little seats for like the Haas, Sauber, maybe which is the third team, the Manor. So this is a good question. Uh, the guy with the nickname GSG, who are you? Please tell me. Because I could answer your question if you tell me your name. Aside, I don't really remember your question. Jamie Griffiths. Oh, okay, good to know. Oi, hold up. There is a battle. There's a little battle between Firo, who is actually third. It's impressive. Firo is going at the second place, which is pretty impressive. Even if he was starting from second place, he might have a good result here, and he's on a two-stop as well. Firo overtaking Qpok. Qpok and Firo are doing a pretty good job in this race. And it's true, nobody is really consistent in this championship, so the chances are getting promoted are pretty low. And yeah, Jamie Griffiths, you were ex-Red testers. I got the information. I remember because you were testing at my place at some free practices, so I remember now. I don't know. So far, I can say only these. And we will see about the next ones. Talking about myself again, I would be pretty sad to lose my seat. Because I feel like I couldn't really show my true potential. Just there were some races which were luckier than the others, but then the strategy wasn't correct. Then there are some races which could have gone well, for example like Hungaroring, but I was unlucky once again. We will see. I don't want to talk about myself too much, but there is an attack with the BMW. Wolf is trying to overtake Qpok for no reason again, unlapping himself. I don't understand, but it's okay. This is why McCarthy might take a place away from Wolf, but he's holding Ronnie outside. So I don't want to talk about too much about myself because it's not about me. This is a community. It's not about one person. It's about, for example, like 40 person. So we will see about the signups. That's enough for a while now, at least for next week. If we have any informations, then I will tell. So far, let's concentrate again on DTM, which is not being a too action-packed race, is aside some big crashes. And aside, as for the live standing, Mocho will still hold his lead. Like, he's having 3 races in a row, which are going quite bad, but he's still holding it. This is why he was consistent and pretty good at the first half of the season. Zontag, I mean Waldinger and Bennett is going off the track. I also confuse Waldinger and Zontag, but Waldinger with a pretty aggressive overtake. He's overtaking Bennett, who also went down the track. Farrow for his second stop. Some of the guys are unlapping themselves. If Firo is not being stuck up, stuck in, someone overtook him, which is not a good sign for him. He's at P8, he's going quite fast out of the pits, and he might have P8. He have to overtake that one guy who overtook him, and after that he can go up. That was Andy Higgs. Andy Higgs have to pit once again, so he have to overtake on track if he want, and Tomaselli is coming to the pits at position 6. Cupok also have to pit. If nothing bad happens for Sontag, he gonna win this race and he gonna make his first win in this season and get his how do they call it? I would have say Almighty 3, like the pole position, the fastest lap, and the pole position. For sure, it's not a triple crown. I'm gonna call it Almighty 3 because why not? This is a unique thing about me. Grand Slam, yes, okay. That's a Grand Slam because that sounds so much better than my idea. Soga also in the pits. So he might have his first win with a Grand Slam. Cupok is coming out. Fairly good stop. Likewise Soga. Nothing really changed actually. Soga was behind Cupok anyways. Waldinger comes, and I don't think Waldinger gonna overtake Soga. Or yes? It's close, and Soga is coming out in front of Waldinger. And Waldinger have to stop once more, while Soga don't have to. Soga just jumped over him. And because of that, he will have the better pace. Soga is having an at least 7th place, and he's doing an amazing job at DTM. A beautiful, perfect job in the last 2 races. And yes, we could joke about that. Florian is the Sebastian Vettel of the OC, but if he is, then he should battle every championships onwards 2017. We will see. I will laugh a lot if that will happen. But yeah, it will be funny, to be honest. For real, I am the Kimi Raikkonen of this GP4 OC because Raikkonen was really unlucky. And yeah, I mean I'm a bit better than Raikkonen because actually I won the race. I don't win a race in every 5 years, but I won in 2013. Then even if Monaco does not counting, it's still counting for me. I take that one, even if it's not counting anything about the sign-offs. I say that at least I won in 2015 because that might be my only win. To be honest, 2015. Excuse me for the language, but 2015 was a very shitty season, like was 2013 in the real Formula 1. These ones are the most catastrophic ones one of the most catastrophic ones. 2016 wasn't better either. So the GP4 OC was always better than the real Formula 1 because the simulated sessions, simulated races can give much better races. Well, yeah, that made so much sense while Perez was in the pits. To be honest, when I'm not commentating something, I see it. Like, I see what's going on in the background on the screen, but I just don't feel like commentating it because everyone can see if it's not exciting. Why would I talk about it? Why would I just interrupt my own sentence with some nonsense? Firo? Firo in this infamous corner is doing actually a great overtake on X. Zontag is in the pits now. Zontag should come back to the track without any problems. Without any problems. Yes, he will. And there is an announcement from me for why I'm not commentating GP2. Aside, I don't want to kill you guys with my commentary on GP2 too. Yeah, so we tested that GP2 broadcast thingy and it didn't really work out. In the near future, I might commentate it. That depends on many factors. We will see. But so far, I'm sticking with the DTM. And this is me, Miklos, who is commentating the race. I started to do that from the Red Bull ring. And so far, it's working out pretty well, I guess. I mean, if you guys like it, then I'm staying. If not, I'm going. It depends on you. I do what is best for the series and best for the GP4 OC family. And I would like to talk about the sign-ups every weekend when we are having a DTM race. Well, obviously then when we have some updates. If we don't have anything, then I won't talk about it. It's that easy. So like talking about the same thing at 2 races in a row is not really healthy. Just listen it, like, just listen it, trans, and you will see. For me, it's pretty surprising to see Andy Higgs was the 5th place at the moment, even if he was going to the pits now, and he's coming back, and unfortunately outside of the points. Yes, Higgs is coming out from the pits. This is his last stop. Thank you, thank you. But yeah. I like to talk about lots of things actually. So if the race is boring or not really action-packed, then I like to talk about the sign-ups, about the other tiers, about real car racing, about anything. And I am kind of person who likes to criticize drivers and likes to tell my opinion about them. Even if I'm not gonna be top popular about because of that. Sorry, like that. So Kak, Wag and Jan also have the Red Bull as the first choice, and yeah, they might have the chance for that. As I said, we will see. Baraki, most likely coming out for the 6th place. Waldinger have to also pit, and Baraki is coming out the 6th place. And if it's true, if Waldinger have to pit once again, then he might get some good points. And let's say something. Grosjean made a hilarious mistake at the Silverstone GP. Like, man, crashing the car into the wall at the pit lane. What? I seen many interesting things from him. For example, 2018 Baku GP where he crashed under a safety car, but this is started to be a bit too much. For example, he is one driver who might lose his seat at for 2020. And I don't understand why he's still there, aside the money. So we will see. He won't lose his seat obviously because just think with the head of Haas. Who else would go there? Who? Even from GP2. Like nobody. And it's not GP2, it's Formula 2, but I'm sticking with GP2 because it sounds so old. And Magnussen is being a dimwit. Obviously, he's driving so aggressively on the track and he's not really recognizing any other driver, just himself. He's driving really selfishly. Alonso could go to Red Bull for 2020. Ha! That was a good one. I like that. That was a good one. No, he won't. He won't go to the Red Bull. If Ocon gets better, which I highly doubt, not Ocon, excuse me. If Gasly gets better, which I highly doubt, but if he's getting better, he will hold his seat at Red Bull. I would see Hülkenberg at the place of Gasly. Up, McCarthy. McCarthy is doing an overtake. They are nearly colliding, but fortunately didn't. Q-Puck is giving a lap for McCarthy. Excuse me, I had to fix something with my microphone. Verstappen for sure staying at Red Bull. They want to get rid of him. They would be really idiotic to get rid of him. Then there is Bottas and Hamilton. Bottas had a pretty impressive start of the season, but even if he got pole position here at Silverstone, I don't see the fire at him at all after the Melbourne. McCarthy in the inside, McCarthy onwards till a better position. Still side by side. Still side by side, McCarthy and Q-Puck. And why McCarthy is attacking Q-Puck? Why? They are just slowing themselves down. I don't care McCarthy has fresher tires. I don't care McCarthy has a few loads. Why you try to unlap himself and slowing down the other driver who is actually going for the position? Good, now you are overtaking him. Very good job. Now Solga is at the behind him now. Amazing. Solga can attack Q-Puck for the podium position, and that little move was pretty useful for Solga. He will profit about that for sure, even if he can't go up. No, Waldinger. 16. 116. Interesting. So Bottas might get fired at 2020, and I want Ocon into the seat, even if I love Bottas, even if I love how he tries to beat Hamilton, he can't. So let's be honest, he can. But yeah, I want Ocon at the Mercedes. I really want him. Sebastian won't go back to Red Bull. Sebastian might retire sooner than going back to Red Bull. But yeah. It's the second week at the row that he's getting beaten by Charles Leclerc. Russell will stay. Russell can't really show his true potential at that car, and this is why he won't go away. He will stay at there. He's beating Kubica easily. I'm pretty sad because I was rooting for Kubica while Waldinger is setting another lap. I was rooting for Kubica that he might have a race. He might have a good race with Russell or with the others, but no, he can't. He's just too old. His hand is not really functional anymore. It's a miracle that he can drive these cars. And yes, I'm really feeling sorry for him. Raikkonen. Guys, someone might get offended about that. Someone might hate me for that, but Kimi wasn't really a strong driver. Maybe at his McLaren years, but since he's at Ferrari from 27, I can't see anything inside him which would lead him back to Ferrari or to back in the team. Even Giovinazzi is beating him now in the last two races, which is a good point for Giovinazzi because he's beating a driver who is having a big respect on the grid and a very good reputation. But also, if you look at the fact what kind of driver Giovinazzi is, I don't think he's a good driver, to be honest. He crashed to Sauber twice at 2017, then he actually got the chance, but he only could score a point at Austria after 8 races while Kimi kept scoring points more and more. Norris won't go to the Red Bull, that's 100%. So, oh, Perecki, next Solga, Perecki, okay, I will start to talk about that later because Solga is attacking Perecki now, and Perez is going for the move, and Perez actually getting the position at P5, Perecki is losing a position, and Norris won't go to the Red Bull, that's 100%, so you can dream about that, but this is nonsense, okay, and yes, maybe Perecki is right to have Mocho. Because if Parak is overtaking Solga, that means Solga will go back to a position, will score less points, and this is interesting because Solga actually is the second at Drivers' Championship, and these positions might be crucial in his future. And yes, he might have a favor. Norris and the Sainz gonna stay at McLaren. That's 100%. Even because they just confirmed before Silverstone that the lineup gonna stay. Albert Kvyat also gonna stay. Oh my God, Perez. That was that was the save of the race. Ah, that was a beautiful save. he's just dealing with the steering wheel quite hard, and this is why he's losing some momentum and losing some pace compared to Saga. He needs a good pace. And here comes Tomaselli. If Tomaselli get P4, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream if he does. Mercedes gonna stay, but even if I like Bottas, I don't want to give him a year. I want to give Ocon a year. I want us to see Ocon. I want to see Ocon how he tried to beat Hamilton. Because let's be honest, Hamilton is a good driver, like one of the best drivers on the grid, but I don't really admit that because he never drove a weak car. Even if we talk about 29, maybe on the first 6 races when his car wasn't really good. But yeah, if you look at the fact that between 29 and 2013, when he didn't have a top car, he couldn't really show anything. And when he went to the Mercedes, this car was already better than the 2012 version. Lance Stroll is a joke. He's only there for the money, that's obvious. Perez is whooping Perez is whooping his booty as he wants. Let's say about that. He has a really good race pace. He might score some points, but on one lap, it's nothing. But okay, I said Hamilton isn't a good driver. Now let's rotate the table. What about Sebastian? Is Vettel a good driver? Because what he's showing to us since 2017 he's not really looking like a top driver, more like a mediocre one, even if I'm rooting for Seb and for Leclerc. Even if I am saying, come on guys, let's win this championship, let's beat them. Like what? So we could state that someone is a good driver and someone is not a good driver. And yes, Seb showed at the Toro Rosso at 27, 28 that how good he really is. Just that, how do they say, that flame just burnt out inside him. The flame is not there anymore, and because of that, I don't think that Seb gonna ever get his motivation back. What he got at 27, 28, 2015, maybe 2016, or at the Red Bull era. Evan, I am saying otherwise. He proved us he's a good driver at 2010 and 2012, because at 2012 he drove his car back from the grave. At 2010 he also had a good race, but 2011, 2013 he just had the rocket ship under himself, just like Hamilton at 2014, 2015, 2016. So I admit Seb is a well-deserved two-time champion. What about the other two? He had a good car under him. But of course we are giving his championship because he had to beat his teammate Perez next to Soga, and Perez is overtaking Soga, who's going wide. And going wide I mean. And this is what might give Michael Mocho the huge I don't know how they say in English. So Soga is losing a place, and other two drivers gonna attack him. Mocho gonna have a great way, and now two drivers are attacking Mocho Paraki, and Paraki is getting overtaken by Tomaselli, and Tomaselli might get P5 if he's holding up. Yes, he's going at the speed stream at Soga, and he's overtaking Paraki in the inside line. So this is all I say. I don't want to talk about IRL anymore. I want to say Tomaselli trying to overtake Soga, but this is not end because Paraki is trying to overtake Tomaselli once again, but Tomaselli might have a split stream behind Soga, and if the split stream is powerful enough, but it's not, and Tomaselli is losing that position back, and he don't have the chance to overtake Soga once more. Soga is losing a point. Mocho gonna stay the lead with 32, Soga with 30, Waldinger coming up with 25. But let's talk about Felix Zontag now, who will proceed his Grand Slam. He will proceed his first win at the season, while we are looking at Firo for some reason, and I don't know why. Why are we looking at Firo? Yeah, something went wrong. But Felix Zontag gonna win this Canadian GP, and there is a confirmation. Felix Zontag wins the Canadian GP and making his Grand Slam dream comes true. He has the fastest. No, actually no. Waldinger has the fastest lap. Zontag actually couldn't make it. He made the pole position and made the race win. But congrats to Felix Zontag. He drove pretty well. He deserves it, and this is the well-deserved win. We missed a little his first win, but it's okay after all. We got a replay of that. And Firo is coming at the second place, which is a pretty impressive one from him. I would like to congratulate to him as well. He did another really cool race. And fourth at 16, McCarthy 17, and Cupid gonna come at P3, and he is the last guy who can stand on the podium. Sai Perez, after some catastrophic races, finally scoring P4, P5 for Soga, P6 Paraki, P7 Tomaselli, P8 for Andy Higgs, Waldinger missing out on the points at P9, and under Waldinger, nobody really scored any points. Bennett comes at P10, Mocho 11th, Rance 12th, Sermons 13th, Adventure 14th. Mocho didn't score any points, 3 races in a row. Fitzwater 15th, and these are the guys who finished the race. And yes, if the race is going boring, then I would like to talk about real Formula One, OC Formula One, every kind of Formula One, OC drivers, real drivers, tiers, everything, chances. I like to talk about these. But we can see the final classifications. And this was a pretty mediocre race with some crashes and with some great overtakings. But I like it. I like this race actually. And we will see who has the fastest lap, but I think Waldinger scored at fastest lap. He had that twice before Felix scored maybe 4 times or 5. He had a pretty great run. Ibobo, Hutter, Motian, Boyman, and Carinti are the ones who couldn't make it till the end. And only Wolf and McCarthy got lapped. Uh, and yes, Waldinger got the fastest lap in front of Felix Zontag. Oh, Sam and Fitzwater are first, third, and fourth. They are surprising me now. And Firo only 30th, which is interesting because even with that he could take second place, which is pretty good. And I would like to thank you everyone for the attention. See you in a week once again with Texas. It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward for it. It's gonna be on the Circuit of America. Um, so thanks for attention again. See you guys in next week. Goodbye.